Welcome to this session of Standard 9, Subject History, Chapter 5, Education. Alternative education, creating social awareness, etc. The midday meal was started in 1995 to provide proper nourishment for the students. So with this we come to know that DPEP, that is District Primary Education Program, introduced alternative education creating social awareness among the students was been also included in the syllabus of the primary education. Then midday meal scheme was introduced in the year 1995 to provide proper nourishment for the students so that more and more students should be able to get the opportunity of getting the primary education. Children, here it is, do you know? In the year 1991, Kerala became totally literate state. What steps must be taken to achieve 100% literary in Maharashtra state as well? This was a big question mark in front of the Maharashtra state government. And certain things were planned out during that time. So, these few things which were being taken into consideration by the Maharashtra state government was that state government should allocate sufficient funds for education. Bags, books, uniforms, stationaries, etc. should be given to the students for the students who are coming from economically backward condition. Regular training should be given to the teachers regarding changes in the curriculum pattern. Encourage private sector participation in the education. Education through digital means should be set up. Innovative teaching and learning methods should be used. And many more steps like that were being adopted by the Maharashtra government to bring up the 100% literacy in Maharashtra state. Children, here is another do you know. Tarabai Modak began work in the field of education in Bordi and Kosbad. She started Anganwadi for Adivasi children. She worked hard to bring in the learning by doing method, to start Kuran Shalas, meadow schools, to spread vocational technical education. As you can see the image of Tarabai Modak and the place which is called as Bordi and Kosbad in the map here. Children, as you can see in the image, another do you know. Anutai Wagh, whose image you can see on the screen, Anutai Wagh established an institution at Koshabad for the progress of Adivasi in Thane district. She started crash, nurseries, primary schools, adult education classes, Bal Sevika, training schools, etc. for the education of Adivasi. As we know, Adivasi is another deprived section of the society, children. So she has started crash, means where they can keep their children, small children, during the daytime and work or learn parallelly. Then nurseries means where small children will be trained, like how we have the playgroups like that. Then primary schools like 1st standard to 4th standard. Adult education classes means where the parents of the child can also come and learn after the full day of working in the evening classes. Bal Sevika means where small girls, where the girl childs are not allowed to go to the school, they can attend the school and learn many more things for their day-to-day necessities of the life. Training schools means where apart from the learning, there were training schools which were being run by her, where a person can get training for the day-to-day needs or employment or going for earning in the day-to-day life. And for the education of the Adivasis, she has done n number of things. After the primary education, we are going to see in detail secondary education. After independence, Education Minister Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad decided to bring about fundamental changes in the field of education. The University Education Commission was set up for this purpose. This commission recommended the appointment of a separate commission for secondary education. Accordingly, in the year 1952-53, the Mudaliar Commission was appointed. At that time, the pattern of education consisted of 11 plus 4 years for the first degree or 11 plus 1 plus 3 years. So, according to this commission, which was set up by the government, was Mudaliar Commission, and it consisted of 11 to 17 years of age of children. After accepting the proposal of the Central Advisory Board of Education, Government of India appointed Secondary Education Commission in the year 1952 on 23rd of September. The aim of commission was relationship to primary, basic and higher education. The interrelationship of secondary schools of different types and other allied problems to be solved. Education to be provided for the whole country was the aim of this commission. We are going to see here the work of the commission. The commission studied secondary education, nature of the curriculum, medium of instruction, teaching methodology. They made certain recommendations. This commission proposed the concept of higher secondary education. However, it was found difficult to implement it all over the country. Now, the aim of this commission was development of democratic citizenship, initializing the art of living among the students, development of personality among the students, improvement of vocational efficiencies, education for the leadership to be taught to the students, development of true patriotism. But when we come to the nature of curriculum, it was like proposed in this commission was Hindi and English to be made compulsory for the secondary level, but Sanskrit to be kept as the third and the optional language. Then medium of instruction should be mother tongue, which was been proposed by the commission. It should be in mother tongue. Then when we talk about the teaching methodology, teaching method should be adopted according to the need of the moral, social and mental development of the student. And certain more recommendations were being made by this work of the commission. Commission proposed concept of the higher secondary education means it has proposed many things regarding the higher secondary education, but it was very difficult to be implemented it all over the country, so it couldn't work out. Children, here is another do you know. The Maharashtra State Board of Secondary and Higher Secondary Education was established on 1st January 1966 at Pune. This board conducts the school leaving examination of standard 10th and 12th. The board also publishes a periodicals called Shikshan Sankaram. As you can see the image of the Maharashtra State Board of Secondary and Higher Secondary Education of Pune. It is also called as MSCERT. It is known for its academic authority. It brings about the periodicals called Jeevan Shikshan and Shikshan Sankaram, both the periodicals which are being published by these boards to give the updates regarding the board exams, board papers, changes in the curriculum and many other, if dates change, fluctuations are there, many other updates are being brought about in this periodicals time to time published. Children, here is the Kothari Commission. In the year 1964, a commission was set up under the chairmanship of Dr. D.S. Kothari. Dr. J.P. Naik made a valuable contribution to the work of commission. The commission recommended the 10+2+3 pattern for the secondary, higher secondary and university education. This system was implemented in the year 1972. The commission also suggested a uniform national education system, the inclusion of mother tongue, Hindi and English in education, as well as continuing education, adult education, education by correspondence and open universities to make the education trickle down to the lowest rungs of society. Maharashtra government adopted the 10+2+3 pattern in the year 1972 and conducted the first 10th standard board exam in the year 1975. So by the efforts of Dr. D.S. Kothari and Dr. J.P. Naik, whatever the valuable contribution work done by them, the government have adopted the pattern of 10+2+3 pattern. The first 10th standard board exam successfully was conducted in the year 1975, and many more suggestions which was been given by the commission for different types of education was also been brought into the practice. It also recommended the government to increase the budget for pertaining to the expenditure on education of neglected sections like the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes of the society. The main aim of the Kothari Commission was modernization of education, securing and strengthening of democracy, social and national integration, nurture of social and moral spiritual values, education and productivity. So many new things were being brought by the Kothari Commission, that was being allowed the Kothari Commission to be adopted by the government of India, and it was being recommended by many knowledgeable people also. Children, here we are going to see the objectives of the Kothari Commission. Objectives of education. First one, education and productivity. Improvement of scientific and technical education and research at the university stage is known as education and productivity. Securing and strengthening of democracy. The second one says, India is the largest democracy in the world. The success of democracy depends upon the education of the masses. Third one, modernization of education. When we talk about modernization of education, another important aim of education is modernization. Education should awaken curiosity, interest, attitudes, and sense of values and skills in the pupils. Next one is social and national integration. That is the fourth one. Social and national integration means, according to the Commission, common school system, social services like NSS, NCC, teaching language, literature, philosophy and history of India would go a long way in promoting national integration. And the last one, nurture of social moral, spiritual values, children. Education system should emphasize on the development of fundamental social, moral and spiritual values too. Here we are going to see education in the post-independence. After independence in 1948, the central government appointed the University Education Commission, whose chairman was Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Its function included financial grants, the standard of the universities and their coordination. So more we are going to see in further slides. First we will talk about this too. After independence in 1948, the university education system was set up by the Education Minister Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad in order to bring about fundamental changes in the field of education. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was the chairman of this commission. The function of the commission included financial grants, standards of universities and their coordination.